This one?
Yeah, I need. I was gonna say I'm trying to find another one for my booth.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was gonna look back here in this corner to see if there's anything cool.
Yep, the bait. That's.
Good morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show, and I'm here on a Saturday. Yes, on a Saturday. I am here on a Saturday, and I got a few things to show you. I promised you I was going to show you my top 10 psych albums. I'm going to show you 5 this week, and I'll show you 5 next week, because I don't want to make this too long. You know, I got a few things in from Amazon. I got a couple things in from Discogs. I'll show you those first. I got a Father's Day present, part 1. I got a half of a Father's Day present. Went to Mr. K's with my daughter. I went over to Asheville. She was here visiting, and I went over to Asheville. Went to Mr. K's. I got a big egg. They did have an album there, Donald Byrd, Electric Bird, $50. No, I ain't buying that. Harvest Records, went by Harvest Records. Harvest Records was nice. I picked up a few things there. Nice to see the guys over there. It wasn't overly overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff on the wall. I took some video. I'll try to put that in this video here. I went to Voltage Music downtown. Hadn't been downtown in a while. I went down there and went to Voltage, and I went to the other one next door, and really not a whole lot down there. I did find one gem though, something I'd been looking for. And then I went to the Corner Antique Store, and that is in Hudson, North Carolina. It's a little antique store on the corner, and that's probably why they call it the Corner Store. So there you go. So here we go. I got a few things in the mail. I got Shock den Aften. That's the Shock the Monkey. If you have the German version of this, Peter sings it well. Seen this tour, Lay Your Hands on Me, and he passed right over just to the left of me. Yeah, it was awesome. I was in New Haven, Connecticut, many years ago. So that was nice. I'm saying John Evangelis, they get no love in the vinyl community, but I Hear You Now. This is a 45. I put these up pretty cheap. If you can get someone to ship them to you for just about free, and you can get them for like $5 a piece, you get these old 45s of the artists that I listen to. This was a half of my Father's Day present from my wife. She got me David Gilmour on an Island. I need to give this a spin. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm looking forward to playing that. That's going to be really good. Rod Stewart, The Old Raincoat. Got this in the mail. Has a scratch on side B on the first song. And the guy told me about it, but it is a Vertigo. It's a Vertigo swirl for all you swirl heads out there. Oh, flip it. Just flip it, Art. Oh, it doesn't have the Vertigo on there. Usually it has the big Vertigo, but this one didn't have that. So there you go. This one here I got in the mail. I had this years ago in my first record collection, and forgot how bad it sounded. But it was nice to hear Cat singing live, and yeah, quality's poor. But what are you gonna do? This one here is probably the pick of the day, but I'm gonna show it to you now. Coming in hot is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway with the promo sticker. Now that is just too cool. Found this online. Somebody had it there for $10, and I sat on it for like 8 days. Finally, nobody else bid on it. Couldn't believe it, because I've seen these go for anywhere from $50 on up. But there's no promo on the label, but the promo sticker is here. And I have like 5 promos. I have Sell in England. I have Trick of the Tail, I think. I have Duke. I got Abacab. I got about 5 or 6 of them that are promos. Trying to find a copy of Genesis Live or Nursery Crime or Foxtrot. That'd be cool. There you go. And then we went to Harvest Records. Had a really nice time over there. spent the day with my daughter and her new boyfriend, and we had a really nice time. We went to lunch. We went to the Gray Eagle for lunch. It's a great taco place. If you're over there, they have really good beer. And they say they have tacos. Yeah, I had taco salad. That's what I had. It was really good. I shared it between all of us. It was huge. It was a big bowl full of taco salad and cold mugs of beer. How can you go wrong in Vinyl Records? There you go. What more do you need in life? Drastic Measures, Kansas. This is a later 80s album of Kansas. I'm sure it's going to have that 80s sound. Yes. Found this one there. Now this album's interesting. This is Steve Roach and Michael Shreve. And I believe Michael Shreve played in Santana. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm almost positive. Now this album is just freaking fantastic. But I've seen this album sitting at Harvest for like a year, and I kept picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, and I got it this time. It's only like $10. But it's freaking awesome. It's new age, jazzy, and yeah, really cool. Really liked it. Saw this there, couldn't pass this up. I think he had $3 on this because this album ain't selling. Ain't nobody listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer in 2024 except for Big Chief. Yeah, Carnival number 9, buddy. Yeah. So this the promo. And my other copies in the store, and you know the routine. You know, Big Chief Vinyl 57. There'll be a link down below. It's in Discogs, and sales have just about come to a crawl. So maybe I'll sell on eBay. I don't know. A lot of people do. Found this one there too. This is another $5 Santana album. This is a later one. This is from '78. Inner Secrets. This had a couple of hits on here, and it's not your grandmother's Santana. It's not the old Santana. It's not like Abraxas or anything. This is getting into more of the 80s sound, disco beats and stuff like that. And then it, you know, post-punk. Santana was still trying to keep it real though. So I'm all in on Santana. And we went to Voltage. This was downtown. I don't go downtown very often in Asheville because the parking sucks. You know, you just gotta. I just couldn't believe it though. I parked like one block down. I pulled over. There was no hydrant. I pulled in and boom. I walked across the street. I was right in Voltage. I couldn't believe it. All this complaining and all this crap I was putting myself through. It's like, oh, I don't want to go there. I haven't been down there in 2 years, just because of that. Okay, enough begrudging. I went down there with my daughter. We had a nice time, and they went off shopping after I left from there. And yeah, so wasn't that bad. It really wasn't a whole lot down there though. I'm probably better off to stay at Harvest or go to the river, downtown river. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's another really cool record store down in Asheville. But here you go. Found this here for $5. I think it was $5. Jet Lag, PFM, and I was glad to pick this one up. I thought I already had it when I got home, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, I already got a copy, but I didn't. This is a promo. It's a white label promo of PFM, Primaria, Fornaria, Marconi. Yes, excellent album. Excellent. Did I say excellent? I saw this on the wall there at Voltage, and I'd been looking for a copy of this, and he had one. And these are getting pretty rare. They want upwards of like $80 now on Amazon for one of these. It was going for like 50, and then I think I got it for 40. So it was on the wall for $40 sealed. I said, fantastic. I can't have enough copies of Dark Side of the Moon, just like Steve Carlson says. How can you have that many copies? How many do you need? Well, maybe I'll show them next week. I got like 6 now. We went to the corner antique store in Hudson. Me and my wife, we went there. And she don't go inside because the lady's got some jewelry there, but my wife doesn't like her jewelry. I don't know. I don't get involved with jewelry. That's not my. But they did have a record store in there, and I couldn't find it. It's gone. It's an antique mall, so you walk around to different vendors. So the guy moved into a little cubby, and he's got a big, huge thing now. So I went through every record. I went through A to Z. Found this other Kansas album, another 80s audio visual. This, of course, is the Kirshner, and you know, they were trying to make some money in the 80s, and this album's not too bad, you know, but this was here. This was a Canadian press for $8, and I did not have this one here. Well, I used to have all the Dire Straits, but I sold a few in my store, but I decided I really liked Dire Straits. I seen them live, you know, I saw them live. I saw them on the Communicado tour. That was really good. That was a long time ago, and that was in Norfolk at the Scope, I believe. I still remember seeing Mark Knopfler. Boy, he can play that guitar. And I found this one for $8. It's a Canadian press. It's like mint. And now I only need to get back the first album. So if I can find a vertigo of that, I'll be in business. So that's about all I got for this week. Oh, I did get this in the mail. This is Minaj. And I've been listening to this morning. It sounds excellent. What a great freaking album this is. I have 4 Minaj albums now. If you're into Genesis and you like a little bit of jazz, a little bit of Brand X, a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of Genesis, early Genesis. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And I hate people when they always comparing groups to Genesis, but you know. So anyway, here we go on the top 5. We're already at 11 minutes. These are my bottom 5 Psych albums. Next week I'll do my top 5. Gandalf, which I got into this year, awesome record. I'm looking to get a few different ones that I've seen. I like to get the July album, and there's another album that out there that I've been listening to that I really like. And I got it in my phone, but I can't take my phone down because I'm talking to y'all. So Gandalf, I got this for $35. This is not the RSD copy. RSD copies go north of $100. So I did get this for $35. I was glad to get it. I was happy to get it. And I couldn't believe I got it. Another one of those things where I put a $35 bid. There was a $35 lowest bid on eBay. And I put in like $36.50 or something. I sat on it for like 5 days. I got it. I couldn't believe it. So it pays to do that. Odyssey and Oracle, The Zombies, another great Psych album. Like I say, these are my top 10, but these are my lower 5. So what do you, those top 5 are really going to be bangers, ain't they? Okay, so here you go. Everybody knows this record. This is not an OG. It's just a copy, but it sounds really good. United States of America. Yes. Joe Bird. Excellent album. If you don't have this one in your collection, you need to have all 5 of these, but this one here especially. I picked this one up one time. I was down in Hickory at the record store down there that I need to get back down to, and the great guys that work down there. And yeah, so I think I found this for like $10. It had like it was really dirty, and it had a couple little hairline scratches. I put it through the Humming Guru, cleaned it up, and she's like beautiful. Okay, now I got 2 Beatles. How about Magical Mystery Tour? This is a great Psych album, but not as good as the top 5. So if everybody's gonna flip out, now I'm gonna show you Pepper. Pepper's in my lower 5 too. I love Pepper. I might like this one better than Pepper, but I like Pepper. It's just I've heard it so many times. I know every word. The Day in a Life, you know, all the way from Ringo to Day in a Life, and Fixing a Hole, and all those great songs. Yes, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, LSD, all that stuff. Okay, so there's my 5. Now I've got one more thing to tell you, and then I'm out of here. I'm going to show these next week, but I went up to Lenore, North Carolina with my wife the other day, and we had a nice time up there. We had lunch. If I include lunch, she's all in. She's all in. She'll go to the freaking moon if I include lunch. So we go up to we go up to Lenore. Had to be there by 9 o'clock in the morning. Now it's about almost an hour drive from my house. So we left here early. We got up there. I was late, a little bit late. I went in, And I said to myself, there's a lot of people in here. This is Marvin's. Now, Marvin's hasn't opened their door. The owner passed away earlier this year in February, I found out. But Marvin's hasn't opened their door since Ronald Reagan was president. His daughter sold the contents of the building and the building. So we walk in there, you know what this place is going to look like, right? People were going downstairs because they had vintage clothing. When they had a pass through where the records were. And the records were, I'll put a video with this video and show you at the end here or at the beginning. It'll be somewhere where you'll see this mess that I had to deal with. I stayed in there for an hour. I had an hour. So I went in there for an hour and I met another guy in there. I didn't get his name. And he said he was going to spend the whole day in there. It was starting to get warm in there. There's no air conditioning. They had to rig up some lights. There's no lights in this building. There's no power. It's just incredible. It's like a time capsule. I was going back in 30 years. Nobody walked in there and picked out a record in there in 30 years. You can imagine. Picker's paradise, right? So I found all these here. 25 records. The guy wanted $80. I told him I only had 2 20s. He said, you put another 10 with that and you're out of here. I said, it's all right. So I gave him $50. I got 25 records, and I'm going to show these next week. Now, some of them have rat turds on them. No, they don't have rat turds. Some of them have cobwebs. Some of them have dirt. Some of them have where a mouse has chewed on them. Every one of these here, the vinyl was like VG to VG plus inside, like they never been played. But the covers are roached because they sat in a building for 25 years with no heat, no air conditioning, no ventilation whatsoever. So they're just frozen in time. Wait till next week. I'm going to show you what I found. They're really good. Some really good stuff. I still got to do some cleaning, and then should I show them as the way I found them, or should I show them next week when I'm cleaning them, when they're all cleaned up and looking good? I think I'll wait till next week. I've gone on long enough. 17 minutes. I'm out of here. North Carolina vinyl picker. I got to get back out. I got to get back on the street. I got to go find some more records. Yes, it's going to be a good day. Stay tuned and support them troops if you can. What I always say, North Carolina vinyl picker. Hey, I'm out of here. I'm out.